The opening fight scene from the new Mortal Kombat movie has dropped, so let's dive in and dissect this thing. One of the things that surprised me right off the bat was how clear the action is. We've all seen this kind of moment in a fight scene before, but every time it happens, both of the enemies do the exact same strike. Here they actually went to the trouble of having the enemies do different moves. The guy on the left is doing a stab, while the guy on the right is doing a slash. I was really disappointed to hear this neck breaking sound when the guy clearly doesn't have his neck broken. But after it happens, the stuntman doesn't act like his neck's been broken, so this is a poor decision by the sound department and nothing that anybody on screen had any control over. The CGI blood for the first time ever works really well because this is based on a video game. And they didn't settle for just average CGI blood, they went to crazy detail like having it pulsate through the eye holes in this mask. This is a CGI blade stuck in the guy's head, which is fine, that's normal. But one of the issues with CGI blades is it can be very difficult for the actor to consistently remember how long it's supposed to be, and make sure that it never accidentally goes through something it's not supposed to. Here he slashes the back of the guy's neck, and when he goes for the kick, he accidentally has the blade go through the guy's head again. What I'm surprised at is it's kind of a missed opportunity to just turn it into a second slash and add blood. No doubt a lot of people probably felt this was the moment when he started to resemble the Scorpion they know and love. But for me it was the moment before this when he threw his sword, because it's still him throwing a blade at somebody with incredible accuracy. I love how earlier in the scene they showed this being used as a farm tool, because pretty much all the weapons we associate with stuff like karate are actually farming tools. Because of the shape of the blade and the fact that there's a little loop at the other end of the rope, he's more making a kyoketsu shoge, but I'm going to refer to it as a kunai since that's his main weapon in the games. When he's wrapping the rope around himself and jumps up in the air, it looks like his knee catches it intentionally. No doubt the team had a conversation about whether or not he should catch the rope on his knee and drive it into the ground that way instead of using his hands. And hats off to this stuntman who just briefly puts his forearm down like a breakdancing move to keep himself from probably breaking his neck in real life. We've all seen this sort of thing before where the guy grabs the guy's arm and forces him to stab himself in the stomach. But where they add the extra detail in this clip is they have him also force the guy to pull the knife out of his stomach, causing the blood to gush out. When the camera changes angles, this extra geyser of blood isn't from a second stab. He doesn't have a weapon in his hand. He hits him so hard that blood gushes out of the original wound again. This might be my favorite detail of the fight, and it's actually a bad thing, but in a good way. After Scorpion forces the guy to stab himself, he backfists him in the face, but it very obviously misses from this camera angle. Instead of just adding an impact sound and hoping that we don't notice that it didn't hit him, they respect the fan's intelligence and don't add an impact sound. I love that, and it is extremely rare. They really paid attention to the way Scorpion removes the blade from this guy. He doesn't pull it straight out, he slashes it out to the side, increasing the size of the wound. One of the reasons this fight seems so grounded in reality despite the over-the-top blood and gore is because they didn't take opportunities like this as an excuse to use wires and have him jump and spin extra way up in the air like in another movie. They exercised restraint and let him stay close to the ground and do something for real with no wire assists. When you have one or two over-the-top aspects of a fight, this kind of restraint goes a long way to making everything else feel grounded. This allows there to be over-the-top blood and gore while having an overall realistic feel to the fight scene. There are a few instances here of stuntmen running in and not really doing anything while they wait to get hit, but even though it's tough to see, this stuntman isn't one of those instances. He does try to bring his arm up to block, he just misses. If you want to be impressed by the amount of skill the actor has during this fight scene, watch as he adjusts his grip on the rope during the spinning hook kick. It would have been so easy to have him not adjust his grip at all and just have him move his hands to the right spot for the next shot. But no, he actually adjusts his grip. Watch his right hand slide down the rope as he's spinning around and kicking. And they finish it off by having him once more grab his kunai and twisting it and driving it into the ground to increase the wound while this guy is still alive with it in him. I don't know about you, but this fight scene has given me a lot of confidence in how this movie's gonna be. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you like the video, sharing is caring.